How did you keep positive during your dance training and not get into your own head? More myself now than I have ever been. How did you grow your YouTube and Instagram? Someone said not really a cue, but I want to go to MT school, but got told by my teachers I'm not good enough to. I kind of hate that it's this way. I hate that this is how I view it, and I will hopefully audition for all of it. Not even that much of like an honestly, I'm really in tune with my emotions at the moment because yeah. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel and happy new year. I know I'm a little bit late on that because as I'm filming it's currently the 5th, but in my head the new year started yesterday on the Monday. All my resolutions started on the Monday, so happy new year. This is my first video of 2020. I just said 2020. First video of 2021. There we go. So yeah, I thought I would just do a little catch-up video. So if I'm honest, I haven't thought too much about this, as in like I just wanted it to be very chilled. I've got a cup of tea. Look how nice this mug is. My friend Anna got it for me, but I don't know where it's from, which is really unhelpful. Any background noise is from my cats. Yeah, really unhelpful, but it's so beautiful. I love it. So yeah, grab yourself a beverage if you want to pop a bottle, if you want to gin, lemonades, if we're talking that. I mean, give me an hour and I'd be there, but it's going to be a tea for now. Yeah, I just wanted to have a chat, have a catch up. I feel like, so I did Vlogmas, well, as much as I could of Vlogmas, and then between that and New Year I just wanted to take a little break, rethink, have a think about where I want to take my channel in the new year, just have some time off vlogging for a little bit and then be back ready to go. So that is what we're doing today, but I thought it would be nice to start with a little catch up. I asked you guys over on Instagram. If you don't follow me there, please go follow me there. I would love that. Also, if you're not subscribed, it takes 2 seconds, it's free. Please press the subscribe button and also the notification bell so you get notified when I upload. That would be amazing. If you're new here, hi, I'm Adina. Welcome to the channel. Okay, so yeah, like I said, I asked for some questions on I don't have my ring on. Oh, I don't have my ring on. Do I need it on? Okay, never mind, we don't need the ring. Okay, I don't even want to call it addressing it. Just want to quickly say, yeah, the announcement was announced last night. We're now in lockdown 3.0. But that's not why you're here, and I keep seeing like people talking about it and everyone deals with it in their own way. For me personally, especially in this video, talking about sort of the positives, I don't really want to talk about it. It's all you hear on the news, it's all you hear on the TV. We're not talking about it basically. But with that being said, please, like, my DMs on Instagram always open, leave me a comment, whatever. Basically I'm gonna keep it so real with you guys. The lockdown 2, which obviously isn't, you know, this one's school shut, everything. This is all I'm saying about it, and then we're not talking about it, I swear. I don't think I've been in a worse mental place than that one for a really long time, and I kind of briefly mentioned it, but I never really mentioned it to the extent that it got. And I'm not gonna lie, when I heard the news last night, it just terrified me that I would go back into that mental place, and it was somewhere I'd never ever want to be again, basically. So here we are. YouTube and doing social media, creating content is an amazing place for me to keep busy, to keep creative, and to have so many friends like you guys that enjoy it. So yeah, I love you so much. We are all in this together, and my DMs are open. That's all I'm saying on it. It's fucking shit, to be honest, but you know, I still have good vibes. 2021 will be our year, I promise you. This just needs to happen for now. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. So I saw a lot of people at the end of the year do like a roundup of 2020, or my thoughts on 2020, or stuff like that, or what I've done, or I really had some amazing highlights, but a lot of it I just thought, you know what, let's just move on into this year. So that's what we're doing basically. Thank you guys so much for your questions. There's quite a lot here. Obviously these were questions before the lockdown. I'm sure I'd have a couple of like different related questions, but I'm quite glad we can focus on better things. Okay, so everyone's sort of saying like, how do I feel about this year? How am I feeling about the year? Do I have any goals? That sort of thing. So yes, I feel good about this year. I think for me mentally, I have to say that, and I do believe it. I do believe that, you know, once all this shit is out the way, we have to do what we have to do for now, for in turn the rest of the year to be so much better. And I fully believe that. I really feel like we are going to have a great year, and let's just make it. Let's make it the best we can. So yeah, I have good feelings despite the start. I have good feelings about the year. Okay, so some goals that I have. Okay, so I would love to keep growing my YouTube channel. I'd love to hit 50,000, even 100,000 subscribers on here. That would be incredible. I'd absolutely love that. I would love to hit maybe 50,000 followers on Instagram, potentially something with TikTok as well. I love social media, I love creating content, and I would absolutely love to grow my platforms even more in 2021. I guess like from a money side of things, obviously 2020 was a year for me of like, you know, graduating and then finding my feet, although my industry that I've graduated in is shut and all of that sort of thing, so money was kind of up in the air. And like my parents really kindly supported me whilst I was at uni and doing that change for them. Like obviously I'm living at home, so I'm not paying rent or anything, but yeah, that sort of change. So I'd love to be more financially sort of set, so to be able to save and make more money this year. I know money's a bit of a funny thing to talk about, but just being honest, that's something that I would love to do this year, be more like financially sort of stable, set, that sort of thing. What else? I just want to try and train as much as I can, whether hopefully most of the time in a studio, if not at home, just become the best artist that I can be. And I always want to do that, and I think as a performer you always want to be the best, but this year I want to just, I love it so much, and I just want to be, yeah, the best artist I can be in every area. Those are like my main goals for the year, to just keep mentally well, to just be a good friend and a good daughter, a good sister, a good, you know, all of those sort of things. So yeah, those are the main ones that come into my head for 2021. I think I'll touch on the next thing in a minute that I was about to say, but I will touch on that in a minute. Okay, someone said, not really a Q, but I want to go to MT school, but got told by my teachers I'm not good enough to. Not good enough to audition, but really love it. Do I or should I just listen to them? Stuck. Do you know what? I'll tell you a story now. When I was at college, we were having like a meeting about like drama schools, which one's like the most suited for you, which you're most appropriate for, that sort of thing. And it's completely like personal opinion and personal preference, but there are some schools that are known as better schools and some schools that are like, don't, like I said, personal opinion, that maybe are not quite up there with the better schools, if that makes sense. And my teacher sort of was pointing me towards this school that wasn't quite there, but it was like, you know, it was still a good school, but not near top. And then I got into these top if and I was just like, see, like, look what I've done. And it's just, I think if you're passionate, if this is all you want to do, if this is everything, you can't see yourself doing anything else, then go for it. Obviously they're expensive. To travel to an audition is expensive. Do your research, see where you think you would fit. But if it's all you can see yourself doing, you have to audition at least once to see if it's for you. You have to. If you think, oh, I really enjoy it, but like, you know, I can see myself doing a few other things as well, maybe not. You just have to be very true to yourself. You know deep down, and I think you leaving this queue, you said you really love it. Do it. Just do it. Do it. Fuck the teachers, because, you know, do it. How did you keep positive during your dance training and not get into your own head? I wasn't very good at this, to be honest. I was my own worst enemy. I think I've been quite open with you guys. In second year, I saw the therapist, the counsellor at Bird, and she was just like, you are literally you're literally beating yourself up every single day, and actually no one else is. It is all in your head. And it really made me realise that it was so true. And I think I can give you some good advice being a grad. The time that you train is so short. Like, some days you're like, oh, I just want to go home. The time that you are there is so short that you have to make the most of it. And I've said before, like, I was so in my head and so caught up about what everyone else is thinking, but like, everyone is on their own journey. Everyone is there to become the best version of themselves. And if you don't make the mistakes, if you don't go full out, and you know, you might not be the best, but looking at it from a graduate's perspective, I wish I told myself, like, the teachers don't care. They don't care if you're shit. They don't care if you're, they do. They do care. But you're the most important person in that class, because you are doing it for you. You know the level you want to get at. Yeah, if the teacher tells you you're shit, it's going to make you feel shit, but they'll go home and forget about it, and you'll go home and cry about it for the rest of the night. But really and truly, they've got thousands of other people that they're teaching. So, like, I can't describe it. I was so caught up. What does this teacher think of me? What does this teacher think of me? What does that person in the class think of me? Oh, they think I'm shit. Oh, look at me, I didn't pick up a routine very quickly and now I look shit. Or all of this stuff that was so in my head. Who cares? Who cares that you didn't do that triple turn? Who cares that you slipped over? And I don't know, who cares that you can't right now do a full box jump? Do you know what I mean? All of those things. If you don't go for it, if you don't push yourself, even though if you feel like a dick, or even all those things, you're not gonna get better. And I wish I could go back into my little head and say, so what? So what if the teacher thinks you're this? So what if everyone in your class is thinking, oh, but really they're not. Everyone is so caught up. I'm so passionate about it. Everyone is so caught up about themselves. Look at me, I thought all of that about myself. Do you think the person stood next to me, like one of my friends, was thinking that I was thinking all of that about them? No, they were too worried about what they were doing. You have to just get out of your own head. You are there for you. You are training to be the best that you can be. There's always going to be someone better than you, and there's probably always going to be people that aren't as good as you. You just have to do what you have to do. And trust me, coming from a grad who's still frustrated that she couldn't finish her training properly, you've got to make the absolute most of it. I'm going, sorry, such a tangent. Please try your best not to get in your own head. You're there for you. It is your journey, and no one else actually cares what you're doing. They're too caught up in themselves. How did you grow your YouTube and Instagram? Okay, so I actually had a little bit of a chat with my parents and stuff, because I was feeling quite disheartened about my YouTube channel. I've been making videos for quite a long time now, and we're talking a good few years. Yeah, when I was at Bird, they may not have been the best, because I literally I don't know how I balanced my time, but I still managed to do it. But I knew that I was uploading at least once a week, and you know, when I was at Bird, my channel was growing. And then I don't know, I had obviously when we first went into the pandemic happened, I had so much time for my channel, and it did grow, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I'm at a little bit of a plateau, and it's quite disheartening when I was just at a point of I'm not sure what else I can do. And my mum was like, why don't you have a break for a while? I was like, I don't want to have a break for a while, because I love making videos, but I don't know if people really are enjoying them, or if they just have, you know, this YouTube community is so oversaturated. Is that why, you know, maybe I'm at this plateau? And I think this year So referring back to your question, I would say how I have got to this point is just being consistent, because I had like, maybe when I was in first year, like some videos, like a PLT haul that kind of blew up a little bit and brought like a lot of attraction to my channel, and then that settled, and I've had like little things here and there. So I feel like I'm not the best person to answer it, because I'm like, well, I don't have that big a following, but then when I think about it, I'm so grateful for the over 30,000 of you that are here. Like, do not get me wrong, I think you guys know how passionate I am about it, and I love you guys so much. The people that leave me comments, the people that DM me, it honestly means the world, and it makes me want to keep going with it, even if I'm at some sort of like plateau. I'm like, are people enjoying my videos? But okay, I would say to grow, and I find Instagram tricky as well because so many people do it now, just be consistent. If you've got things that aren't like the norm, or your passions are not that spoken about on YouTube, use those to your advantage. If there are any trends, try out some trends, interact with people. I feel like this is something I really want to do this year, and I'm speaking to my cousin who has a lot of friends who are YouTubers, and a lot of them you guys would know, and he's always like, just message them, just, you know, when Corona wasn't a thing, just come and meet up with us, but I always felt like they would think I was intruding, because they have like quite a big following, and I didn't want them to think I was just trying to tag along, which wouldn't be the case. But I don't really have many friends that do this, that are creators, and I feel like that's such an important part of this sort of job in a way, because like my cousin was saying to me, like, you can have friends that do this, and you can brainstorm ideas, and you can, you know, create content together and things. So that's something I would like to do this year, is like find some friends and some more people that I can connect with in this industry who do the same thing. So yeah, I would say be consistent, just go for it, what you want to do. If fashion's your thing, go for it. Instagram wise, try and upload a good few times a week, if not every day. Hashtags are great. Just be consistent. And I'll tell you something now. So I was speaking to my friends on New Year's. We all sort of were talking, and this is our group chat, we were talking about like things we want to achieve next year, and I said I just would love for my channel to grow, and I'm just, you know, trying to think of maybe some different ideas, some different routes I can go down. And my friend sent me this into the group chat. Can't remember if any of you have watched the Queen's Gambit, but this reminded me of the convo we were having about your YouTube deans. Persevere and you will take off one day, you just never know when that day might be. And it's this, and it says, the Queen's Gambit has been viewed by 62 million people. The producer Alan Scott is now on BBC News talking about how it took over 30 years with 9 rewrites, and every studio he showed it to said no one would be interested in chess. Please persevere with that thing that you're making. And it was just, it really like hit home. I was like, it's so true. I loved this, and yeah, of course I'm gonna persevere with it. I'm not, yeah, so persevere, just do it, and you never know what might happen. Okay, I feel like I need to take a breath, maybe a sip of my tea. What did you learn in 2020 and are taking into the new year? Okay, so this was what I wanted to develop on when we were talking about 2021 goals. I learned this year how much I love being on my own, how much I love my own company, how good it feels to do things for myself, and not in a selfish way at all. I think I was really reflecting on it. Obviously I'm single and I have been for quite a while, and even, you know, like when I came home from Bird and whatever, for 3 years basically I didn't stop. I don't even think, I was so out of tune with my thoughts. I was so disconnected, I would say, from myself, which is probably the best way to put it, purely because I did not take any time to really sit, be on my own and go, how am I feeling? What's going on? Tune in. And I was at college nearly 12 hours a day. I would come home, eat, potentially do some social media stuff, some YouTube stuff. My weekends would also be the same. I would, you know, try and dedicate that time to doing YouTube, to taking Instagram photos, and also having a life, also going out, also having fun, spending time with my friends when I was in a relationship, spending time with whoever, do you know what I mean? So I don't feel like for 3 years I was very out of tune with myself, and I think that is really common. And this 2020, I am more myself now than I have ever been, and it is the nicest feeling. Mentally, yeah, I struggled and really badly, and I'm still not in the place that I would want to be mentally, just in terms of like, you know, and I think no one is at the moment. No one is during a pandemic. No one is where they want to be mentally, because, you know, there's all things like there's not anything to look forward to. We can't see people. We can't go out. There's all of these things. Of course, it's not going to be, you know, where we all want it to be. And I can probably speak for all of us that we're all in the same position there. But I just know myself so much more. And I'm so grateful. That is something I'm so grateful for this year. How much I've learned about myself, how much, you know, I've really taken that time to be on my own. And yeah, that is probably the biggest thing. Also, just how special the little things are, how special the mundane things are. Also, another thing, I know I said I wasn't really going to reflect on 2020, but we're here now and I feel like it's all coming out. I learned how to open up to people. I learned how that opening up to friends is not a bad thing at all. I learned that it's okay to tell people your problems. It's okay if people know things aren't A1 and okay, and it's so okay to not be okay, and for people to know that it's okay to tell your friends this stuff and they actually care. The friends who want to listen will listen, and they're the true ones. I found my truest friends this year. I've developed those friendships that I said this year, last year. I found the purest people around me, the people that will always, and I know are going to be lifelong, at the wedding, at the funeral. Not to be morbid, but those kind of friendships this last year, and that was amazing for me. I really struggled when I was, you know, I think I don't know if I briefly touched on it, when I was at secondary school, when I was in year 10, sort of something happened at school and it really made me pull back from people. It really made me hold myself back from opening up, because I thought that would make me really vulnerable, and I thought, well, it did. When the thing happened, it made me very vulnerable, and that's when I really hated people knowing my business. I really hated that people could have some control over me and could twist things and whatever. And I think when I went to Bird, I was in that mindset that it only really, when it came to second year, I felt like I kind of opened up to people and that was okay, and people aren't gonna walk all over you and that's fine anyway. So I feel like in 2020 that was a massive thing for me. And also just spending time with my family. Yeah, my brothers drive me up the wall, they, you know, but I love them. I love being at home, and I didn't think I would move home, which, you know, has been a good thing, and also something that I felt like was a setback. But now in this current situation, I can't see it as a setback. I got to spend time with my family that I never thought I'd have again. In, like, you know, I thought I'd move into London and that would be me set, sort of thing. Obviously I'd come home, but you know what I'm saying, I'm here all the time. Having that time, being able to enjoy my parents' company, being able to, as much as they don't want it sometimes, my brother's company. Yeah, and obviously my nan's down the road, even though we haven't seen her in like the same way. I would hate to be away from it all, I think. So yeah, family time. Okay, I knew this was going to be a long video, I'm so sorry, but yeah, I feel like I'm really in the swing of it now. How to deal with changes in your body and think positively. Obviously, we all experience it at some point. I struggle because of the change of routine, etc. Even though I know it's normal. You're amazed, by the way. I love you, and I couldn't relate to anything more. If this triggers you, please skip, and I'll put on the screen where you can skip to. I have struggled so much with it the past, since graduating to literally now. I think when it comes to body confidence and body positivity, sometimes I feel like it's not my place to say, because I feel like I'm not at the point where I want to be with how I view myself. But also another thing, which I kind of hate that it's this way. I hate that this is how I view it. If I wasn't in the industry that I was in terms of theatre, performing, dance industry, I wouldn't really mind the changes that happened this year to my body. Maybe one day, maybe this year, I will do a full video on body positivity, body confidence, my journey. Yeah. Such a touchy subject. I'm happy with, you know, I don't mind at this body that I have now. Like, my bum's bigger, I've grown some boobs from putting on some weight over, you know, the lockdowns, that sort of thing. I just get so worried that I don't fit. There's such a like dancer's image that is so in my head all the time that I feel like I can't steer too far away from. Because honestly, if that wasn't my dreams to be on stage or whatever, I'd be more than happy to be how I am, or to not worry about having to change my body. But because of that, the way theatre is, it's just literally the way it is. I get so scared that I now don't fit this mould. And I think I've never been diagnosed with body dysmorphia, so I can't say I have it, but having done a lot of research, having spoken to my mum, having spoken to my friends, having looked back a lot on photos, I would say that I most definitely do have it. And yeah, it's tricky. Anyway, with regards to your question, how do I deal with it? It goes in waves for sure. Like I said, if I didn't have this idea of like the dancer body that I view in my head, that's probably not healthy at all, I wouldn't be, like I said, too stressed about the changes that have happened. But I was active nearly 12 hours a day for 5 days a week, and in between that time I'd go to the gym as well. Obviously coming home and going into a lockdown where the gyms are closed for a long period of time is going to have some effect on your body. Being nearly a year on, obviously there are going to be changes to your body, and even if you weren't as active, still in this situation there are going to be changes, but that is okay. We are literally in a global pandemic which happens every however many hundred years, or however many years, sorry, that was such a bold statement, I don't know how many years. There's nothing we can do. And if you don't feel like doing a home workout, if you don't feel like going for a run, then that is okay. Oh my gosh, do not feel like you have to do those things. I would say just be really kind. Think about all the good things that your body's doing for you. Like, you are alive, you are hopefully healthy, and you are living your life like as much as you can. Your body, and I always need to remember this, like your body does so much for you that. And also, why are we so caught up just in general, this general like the beauty standards, like it's a bit of skin, or it's some stretch marks, or it's some, you know, some people are naturally smaller than others, some people are naturally bigger than others. Like, everyone is different, and that is the amazing thing about being a human because everyone is different and everyone has something new to offer. But I think okay, let's think of some things. Affirmations are really good. Affirmations can be really powerful to use in terms of body confidence. It's so hard to be like, you've just got to love the skin you're in, because I'm in such like a process with it. But when I think you're like my age, when you're a mum, or if you don't want to be a mum, when you're older, realistically you'll look back at yourself now and think, fucking hell, I looked great. So wear the crop tops, wear the, oh, I mean, it's winter, just embrace it, because life is too short not to be grateful for your body. Life is so short to worry, and I need to take my own advice. But yeah, I'm sorry I'm not very good at answering stuff like that. I feel like hopefully in the future I will be better, and maybe I'll do a full video on it, who knows. What are your plans once the industry reopens, and what part of the industry do you want to work in? Okay, more positive question. I want to work in any part of the industry, in every part of the industry. I am so passionate in pretty much anything to do with performing. Pretty much, I love it. I absolutely adore performing. I would be more than happy to do anything. If I'm honest, I would love to be in a West End show, obviously. I'd love that. I would love to do a tour. I'd love to do a cruise. I'd love to do a film. I'd love to do a TV series. I would love to do a play. I would love to do anything. Literally throw it at me and I will give it a go. The dream is Hairspray. The dream is something like Grease. The dream is Legally Blonde. They're all a very similar sort of musical. I'm sure you can see where I'm going with it. The dream is, what else is on my mood board? What else is on my mood board? I will, literally anything, basically. And I will hopefully audition for all of it. What's something you're excited or hoping to do this year? I'd absolutely love to go to Bali this year. All being safe and well. How are you finding being in the arts industry during COVID? Hard. Really hard. But there are so many amazing online classes, and as a whole everyone is so supportive because we're all in the same boat, so that is really nice. I feel like there are a few. If you want any more answered, leave them down below. This video is going to be so long, but I wanted that to be the case anyway. Last one, I think. How do you stay so motivated and positive? I love your energy, and your videos always help when I'm not feeling great or down. When I'm down or not feeling great. Okay. Oh, I just kicked my camera. Thank you so much for that. How do I do it? The more negative thoughts you think, the more negativity you bring into your life. The more positive thoughts you think, the more positive you bring into your life. What you give out is what you attract. I always want to cheer people up. I always want to make people happy. I always want to do that. I'm a people pleaser. But don't get me wrong, I have down days. I have, you know, especially during this time. And I'm like you, I love watching people who make me feel better. Prime example, Sophia and Cinzia, always. I love them, you guys know. And the thought of me being able to do that for some of you guys makes this whole thing completely worthwhile. I tell you that now. I don't want to look back at my life and regret the times that I was negative, or regret if I let my thoughts ruin my day or my month or my year, because again, life is too short for that, and I want to live the best I can. So yeah, I think in terms of being positive, and I think you said motivated, having a good morning routine, having structure, having a routine in itself helps me so much. Writing things down, maybe having small goals for the week, being appreciative of the tea in the morning, being, you know, all of those little things. Have goals, have things, little things you want to achieve, whether it's eating 3 meals today, eating your 5 fruit and veg, all of those things help in the long run. So yeah, what you give out is what you attract, so never forget that. I have just put an Instagram story, right? This is why I love this so much, and this is why I love you guys. I haven't checked my phone, I just put on a story literally then, saying DMs are always open, just going to try and produce as much content as possible for a bit of light entertainment, also keeps me busy, so win-win, we've got this. And you guys, no pressure to do tons of work or content or videos, but if that help you, we appreciate it. Your videos have genuinely got me through, and I love seeing how productive you are. It makes me want to be productive. Thank you so much for all your videos you've been posting over Christmas. Really gives me something to look forward to. I really appreciate it. Your vlogs have helped me so much in the last lockdown, they're the best. Sending you love, such a rubbish time again, but we can all look out for each other. We're here for you too. Oh, I love you guys so much. Not even that much, but I can admit, honestly, I really think I've turned in, I'm really in tune with my emotions at the moment, because yeah, thank you for giving me this platform, for being so lovely. It means the world. It really does. Thank you. Sip of tea, then we're back. Right, look at my fat 2 new crystals eyeball. Yeah, I will eventually do a video on manifestation and crystals and all that kind of jazz, but I need to find my feet with it first. Right, I think I've sorted myself out. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I know this video is a long one, but there was a lot to discuss, and if you like these videos, just hearing me ramble, then let me know, leave me a comment. Happy New Year. I love you so much. Thank you for being here. I promise you I'm going to try and get as much content out as possible to keep you all entertained. We've got this. Let me know what you want to see. I love you. Bye guys.
Wake up this morning, make the mistake of turning on the TV. Nothing but bad news, empty avenues rolling on the screen.